Hello everyone and welcome back to Chronos Plays Trails in the Sky the Third. Today we're going through this door and I'm assuming we're going to meet up with the other characters. Oh yeah, that's right. I went back and I saved and healed up. I got really confused there for a second. But yeah, we should be meeting up with the Ries. Thank goodness. Yep, you're the real deal, alright. Thank Adios. I was worried as hell about you, you know? I could say the same to you. Still, it looks like those really must have been grimoires then. Sure does. Grimoires? Is that the name of those fiends we've encountered? You got it. It's a type of fiend mentioned in the Testament. Although, maybe fiend isn't the best word, they are said to be what souls eventually turn into after being thrown into Gehenna. People's souls turn into those? That's not a very pleasant thought. As I'm sure you know, the church teaches that souls of sinners end up in the fiery depths of Gehenna. There, they are tormented by the ceaseless flame, slowly losing their own sense of self over time. Till, finally, they said they end up as nothing more than chaotic lumps of spirit known as grimoires. I'm getting goosebumps just picturing it. And that's what those shape-shifting creatures we've encountered were? Yes. The mirrors and the cannons that appear with them are cursed items that have the same origin. How they did it, I don't know. But it seems our enemies have quite literally opened the gates of Gehenna. Like, they opened the gates of hell, huh? That's quite a fitting metaphor. That sounds like... Mask Dude? No, not Mask Dude. Dots? You again? Look who decided to show their ugly mug. Did that lord of yours send you to check up on us? That is one of the roles I have been assigned, albeit not the only one. I'm impressed by how quickly you progressed, even if it was a significant amount of the Hermit's guidance. With a significant amount of the Hermit's guidance. The Hermit? Oh, the woman ghost? Who's that? The ghost we keep running into? I can't leave anyone else. She's been helping us in various ways since we've arrived here, and yet we still have no idea who she is. Indeed, I speak of her. She's a spirit that was left behind in Phantasma, as well as the master of the Hollow Garden. Of course, thanks to my lord taking most of her power, she can do little other than struggle as your guide. As usual, your cryptic nonsense just goes right over my head. But hey, if she's your enemy, that makes her our ally, right? I'll leave that for you to find out. Her position is hardly your concern at this time. I have a message for you from my lord. Your next destination is the Path of the Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its completion. What? Dots. What is that supposed to mean? My lord says that you may choose to interpret the message however you see fit. But my task was simply to relay to you. Relay. Kevin? Sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. Tell me, what SAG classes did you and that joke of a boss did you take to get your certification on how to be a big bad? Nice touch trying to confuse us by spewing that cryptic bullshit, too. Bet you thought we'd keep ourselves up all night trying to figure out that gem out. I mean, the overblown theatrics make it a bit too obvious that it's fake, don't you think? Dots. Well, you but done with us? If you are, how about you get lost? We'll get better. We've got better things to do with our time than listen to nonsensical riddles from a guy who can't even bother to show his face. I see you're quite fond of the gift granted you by my lord. Does it bring back memories? Gift? Kevin? Is it boss time? Dots! You think you can get away? Fear not. We will encounter one another again before long. I am, after all, Phantasma's most fearsome guardian. Or foremost guardian. And with that, I bid you farewell. So that was the Gralsritter you mentioned? He's a picture of his lord, right down to the taunting us as he leaves. Too bad for him it doesn't take a genius to work out they're both bluffing.
Thoughts? Your next destination is the Path of Beasts. Devour the new offering presented to you and display your seal once more. Then shall the flames of Gehenna burn ever fiercer, and my kingdom draw closer to its true completion.
His words sound as though they have some specific meaning to me, but they could be taken in a number of ways at face value. We could try to unravel such meaning, but that may hinder our progress more than help in the long run. My thoughts exactly. Anyways, that's what's definitely not going to hinder us is going back to the base and seeing in the 2 sailing stones we picked up. If we activate the monument over there, we'll be able to come right back after we continue exploring later.
Thank goodness it's right there, huh?
I know, it's very convenient, kind of like it was put there on purpose.
I wonder who's going to be inside.
It's a good question. I don't know. I was wrong when we guessed... Oh, that was the end of chapter 3. Golden Road, Silver Road. Who's that in the picture down there? I did not recognize that person at all. We don't need the save. Kevin Graham, the 533rd class of trainees. In the name of the goddess above, I hereby appoint you the squire of the Septian Church. I humbly accept my appointment. I pledge to offer my soul to the goddess above, and both my body and blood to her church on earth. Very good. It is exceedingly rare for one of your age to be appointed to this position. I can only assume your aptitude and training achievements warranted it. May you strive to be a worthy guardian of the goddess's sacraments, as her loyal and devoted servant. Oh, was that the person? Do I know this person?
Well, if it isn't Kevin.
What is it? N? Sulnate.
I see you've managed to avoid having your promotion rejected by the top brass. Splendid! So, was this the lady?
Like the commander lady? Instructor, I really can't thank you enough for all you've done for me. I never dreamed I would have actually an actual Dominion supervising my training.
Huh, how sweet of you to say. Hard to believe you're the same boy who waltzed up before the congregation for the sacraments shouting, "Make me a knight, please!"
I'd appreciate if you just tucked that memory back into the furthest reaches of your mind, thank you.
Oh, but how could I? Had I missed your groveling, I would never have taken an interest in you in the first place. And not in a million years would I have thought you were related to Rufina. You could have asked her to take you on as her pupil before resorting to such drastic measures, you silly boy.
Well, I have my reasons. Let's leave it at that.
Very well. It doesn't matter at this point anyways. Congratulations, you're now a dog of the church just like the rest of us. It's good to have you on board.
Thank you. I'm not sure that's the most reassuring metaphor to be using on new recruits, though. You might scare some of them right off.
Please, you're not trying to position yourself as some sweet doe-eyed thing, are you? Besides, I think it's a perfectly apt description for us. We go around sniffing out sacraments, whatever they may be, tearing through the throats of the heretical fools who are enamored with them all the while. Can you spot the difference?
Come on, Instructor. I'm used to you at this point, so I don't really care if you call me a dog. But
you care if I call your beloved Rufina one, don't you? Not to worry, Kevin. I can read between the lines well enough. Well, did I guess right?
I owe her a lot, but I wouldn't call her my beloved. She's just like a big sister to me, that's all. Hey, this is a Trails game. It doesn't really matter.
You're making it sound like like you... What, exactly?
Rufina, I thought you were in, Remferia. Sure, on a mission.
I was, but I tried to finish as quickly as possible so I could come back for your appointment ceremony. I'm so proud of you, Kevin. It's amazing just how fast you've grown. Now you're a full-fledged adult like me.
Wow, thanks for going out of your way to come here. I'm not sure I deserve to be called an adult just yet. I got a whole lot of work ahead of me if I want to be the half the knight the two of you are.
Oh my, how modest of you. By the way, have you let Ries know about all this yet?
Not yet. I'm planning to write her tonight. She's been real mad at me ever since I decided to come to Arteria. Hopefully this will cheer her up a bit. There's not much else I can do to make up with her short of going home.
Perhaps we should do that together at some point if we can find the time. Oh, and while I have the chance, thank you so much for looking after him all this time, You've given up so much of your free time, and I really do appreciate it. Think nothing of it. It proved quite a fun way to kill time. He has a fair amount of potential in combat arts and thaumaturgy. Thaumaturgy? Yeah, sure. Do. It's a shame all of his skills are on the practical side of things, however. His academic side is less stellar. I had this feeling in the pits of my stomach that may be the case. Oh, right, I gotta get going. I have to pick up my new room key and medal from the General Affairs guys. Sorry, I'll talk to you two later. Oh. Dots. What's this? You look so concerned. Feeling guilty because he followed you into such a dangerous line of work? Not at all. That was completely up to him and him alone. I would never try to dictate his life choices. Just that I think he'll make a fine knight, personally. He checks all the boxes. He's got the potential. He got the determination. All in all, I can see why you're so proud of him. And call it a hunch, but I wouldn't be surprised if a stigma manifested in him just like it has in you. Well, I'm impressed. What does that mean? I didn't think you could sense that of others if you didn't possess one yourself. Yet, one more reason to feel frustrated that you aren't a Dominion. I know we're friends, but there's no need for all the flattery. My combat and thaumaturgy abilities are average at best. I wouldn't be cut out for the job at all. I'm grateful enough to have been promoted from squire to knight. That's the upper limit for someone with my lack of potential. If only you saw things the way I do. Someone with average to best abilities couldn't have handled your Ouroboros case half as well as you did. Fighting off a man that is of that reported strength to a swift enough conclusion would be a pretty feather in anyone's cap. It was just my luck that we both came to an understanding. As far as Kevin goes, he wouldn't need to rely on luck. His potential for growth extends further than I'll ever be able to go. But he has one weakness holding him back. That poor boy is just far too kind. So kind, in fact, that I can see him driving himself into a corner because of it one day.
Kindness isn't a crutch, to be honest. Not as much as fantasy stories like to make you think, anyways. The Dark Stigma. I'm guessing we're finding out what that is this chapter, then. So we have 2 sealing stones, which I guess we're going to unlock simultaneously. Anyone that I hope it is? Anyone would be good right now, I guess. I wouldn't mind seeing Estelle again. That'd be nice. Who do we got? That looks like... Oh, Zane and Olivier. Ugh. Zin? Oh, was I calling him Zane this entire... Yeah, Zin. Zane was his Japanese name, right? I think so. Prince Olivier. Now this is a surprise. Don't think this is a dream, at least. Indeed, it is not. I would be overjoyed to share a sweet date with Sherry in my dreams. One with a fine drinking companion, not so much. The last sentence actually confused the hell out of me. Yeah, this is real, alright. Still, doesn't Sherry count as a drinking companion, too? In a way, it's fine to be drunk with the joy of her company, but it's very much the opposite to be drunk with alcohol involved. That's one of the most important lessons I've learned during my stay in Liberl. True words have never been spoken. But alright, enough playing around. You guys mind filling us in on just what kind of situation we've gotten ourselves into? We shall make with the embraces and tearful greetings afterwards. Honestly, you really are something else. You'd think you'd be a little shaken to find yourselves in somewhere as unnatural as this out of nowhere. Huh. That is quite the pickle. I appreciate that it may be hard to believe, but this is the situation we find ourselves in at the present time. If we're to try and find a way out, we'll need you to accept that. Oh, Mula, my sweet rose-kissed muse, ever pure and free of thorns, you misunderstand me. I have long accepted our current predicament as reality. Then why do you look so deep in thought? Need you even ask? Perhaps my life's toughest decision lies ahead of me. Before me, I find Joshua, Princess Claudia, Tita, and Josette, and then there's Julia, and even a new face, Ries.
Just whom shall I gather into my arms like a warm blanket and exchange sweet nothings in celebration with first?
Dots.
Oh, only you. Joshua? You were pulling my leg when you said that this guy was an Aurorian prince, right?
Hard as it is to believe he is.
Putting my deeply earnest dilemma aside for the time being, it sounds as though you've been making some headway in unraveling the mysteries behind this place. Naturally, I would be more than honored to help with that.
But first, you've got a few questions you need to ask, right? I know I sure do.
I should have known you would be thinking along the same lines. You're exactly right.
Fine by me. What do you want to ask? Do you think you figured something out? That's what I want to find out. First, I want to ask about that ghost you've encountered in here.
Ask away. If I remember correctly, the first time you met her was on the balcony in Gralsritter Castle, yes? Indeed it was. She gave us the key that allowed us to eventually find and rescue you. That was the first time she appeared to us as a ghost, but I don't believe it was the first time she directly communicated with you, was it, Father?
Don't think it was either. When Ries and I first arrived here, we heard a strange voice talking to us. We didn't have a clue who it belonged to at first, but I think that was probably her too.
As do I. So at first she existed only as a voice, but she gradually started showing up with a body too. I know that's a weird way to put it, but if it's true, it backs up what the man in black said last time we saw him.
Yeah, he said the Lord of Phantasma had stolen most of her power, right? He kept referring to her as the Hermit and the Master of the Hollow Garden, too. Plus, the inscription on the monument behind us has the Hermit's Garden written on it, and I think all of us here can connect the dots just fine. Agreed. It's reasonable to conclude that this very garden is connected to her in some way. Shocker!
That's true. Makes sense to me. It also explains why this place is kind of comfy compared to the other weird fiend-infested places in Phantasma.
Feels like we're getting closer to the truth with every new revelation.
By the sounds of it, she's been in Phantasma for a while now, probably since the beginning.
But then she had her power stolen by the Lord of Phantasma and ended up without a body. Since then, she's been trying to help us to the best of her abilities and guide us forward. If we assume if all that is true, maybe the monuments scattered throughout are connected to her somehow too. They seem to exist for the same purpose, guiding us forward.
I think there's one more thing in our possession that connects to her as well. That cube, Kevin.
You think so?
Unfortunately, your guess is as good as mine on exactly what the cube is.
That being said, I think the odds of it being connected to her somehow are as high as everything else on the list so far. Well, what do you think? Honestly, I'm impressed. You've done a remarkable job of making sense of the situation when you're only just arrived. Still, if we assume that to be true, then there's something else we should be doing as we keep moving forward.
Helping to restore her power, I assume. That way we should be able to ask her what else she knows about the land we're in.
Got it in one. I get the impression that if we don't, we won't stand a chance against those two. We'll find ourselves up against a wall at some point.
You may well be right.
Well, leaving her aside for the time being, I do have one final thing I'd like to ask. What else is there to cover? It concerns the Lord of Phantasma you kept mentioning, actually. Put simply, you wouldn't happen to have any idea who they are, would you, Kevin?
Dots?
Why me?
Well, from my perspective, they're awfully fixated on you. They seem to know about Ries's deceased sister as well. Then there's the fact they're even able to summon devils from the church's texts. It all seems to be pointing to you two, and you in particular.
I can see why you asked, I guess. Unfortunately for you, I've got nothing. If anything, I'd say they seem to be an enemy of the Gralsritter as a whole rather than just me.
Dots?
I suppose that's possible. I wouldn't be surprised if an organization like that had more than their fair share of enemies. No offense, of course. I have plenty of enemies myself. Try not to sound like it's something worth boasting about. Anyway, even if we're connected to some dots, we'll have to save the mystery behind who our enemies are for another day. Maybe get more information out of them the next time we see them, but until then, we don't have enough to work with. Right. Next time one of them shows up, we'll have to see what we can force out of them. So that about wraps things up for now. If so, we should probably get ready for the head out again. We're on plane number 4, and if the previous planes have anything to go by, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, hopefully there's no instant death involved. Kevin? What's up? Did you have something else you wanted to add?
No. It's just that I'm not feeling very well, so I'm going to set out the next plane.
What?
I'm sorry for the trouble, everyone, but please look out for him on my behalf. He shouldn't cause you too much trouble, as I'm sure you know, he can be a little careless at times.
Okay.
Ries? Wait a second.
I need to take your ornaments off! And your accessories!
Dots?
Are we not gonna go after her? Sorry, but I'll be back in a minute. Ries! Wait a sec!
Dots?
She's not waiting, dog. What's with you all of a sudden? Oh, I know. Are you feeling left out because I'm the only one who you know here and everyone's all buddy-buddy? Sorry, it probably wasn't fun to just sit through the whole happy reunion deal and over... Okay, never mind. I should have noticed earlier, really. I've been pretty insensitive, but I can't read that fast.
When are you gonna stop acting?
Huh?
It's true that I felt a little left out for a while. You've clearly gone through so much together, and it's made you that much more fond of each other in the days since.
Yeah, we had some amazing times. Hard to come out of the other end of stuff we did without growing closer through all of it.
Watching you all, how could I have not felt lonely? How could I not felt jealous? You've been avoiding me for the past 5 years, Kevin. And I thought that you've grown close to so many others while going out of your way to keep me at arm's reach did make me sad.
You know I didn't mean it like that, Ries.
But at the same time, I'm still happy you did. I knew how badly what happened to Rufina had hurt you, how you were still blaming yourself for it. I knew how you were driving yourself into a corner over it, and how you were taking on nothing but dirty jobs after you were trying to punish yourself. And I couldn't confirm it for myself for sure, but I just knew the rumors that you were desperate to burn yourself out through them were true. And so that's the reason. That's why, as lonely as I felt when you were off making new friends without me, I was really, really happy more than anything.
Ries, do you know that?
Except, it turns out you haven't made any new friends at all. You're pulling the same exact thing you pulled with me on them. Every single one at arm's length, they can't get close to you. You won't get close to them. On the surface, you're a cheerful person having fun with everyone, but on the inside, you're as cold as can be. All you're doing is manipulating your own emotions so people think you're someone you're not. After watching you ever since we were reunited, that's become plain as day to me.
Man, I'm happy you're worried about me, but you totally get the wrong idea with this one. Sorry, I'm good at a lot of things, but pretending to be someone I'm not isn't one of them. When I'm happy, you'll know about it, and when I'm mad, well, I think you know I'm not good at hiding that either. I'm the same transparent guy I always was.
Oh, I didn't say you weren't easy to read, for me at least. After all, I know how generally shaken you were by the Lord of Phantasma's message. Their words, and the words of the Gralsritter, always come across as cryptic, but not to you. Deep down, you know what they're talking about. You just constantly keep it from the rest of us, and try to keep us in the dark. No, maybe you even managed to pull the wool over your own eyes, too.
Come on, you can't be serious.
Devour the new offering presented to you, and display your seal once more. You know exactly what that means, don't you? Go on.
You know what? Maybe you should sit things out for a bit. You're clearly really tired.
What?
I get that you're as angry as you are upset with me, but I think it's starting to make you jump to some really out there conclusions. And being tired out's only going to make it worse. Can you see how negative your line of thinking is? You can't seriously believe all this is actually true.
Dots.
I'm not saying I don't deserve all the anger, I totally do. I generally was busy, but at the same time, I wasn't sure how to face you if we did end up meeting either. Still, we're gonna be working together from now on, so...
Enough.
Huh? Yeah, I feel like he actually deserves that.
Dots. Everything you're saying is just meaningless. Maybe the others don't realize it, but how dare you think I, of all people, would fall for it? I realize I'm turning my back on my duties as a squire by doing this, but I can't bear to be near you any longer. I can't stand to see the Kevin I thought I knew so empty. So...
Can I have your items? Wait, I need your accessories. Did you just walk on air? That's impressive, Ries. Dots? Dots. Kevin. Oh, hey. Sorry you had to see that. Don't worry about it. Dots. I know you won't. I want to know something, Joshua. You looked into me a fair bit since I first stepped into the scene, right? I have. I know that you're called the Heretic Hunter. I know that you're one of the 12 Dominions who lead the Gralsritter. And I know you undertake the execution of sinners that Church deem most unfavorable along almost single-handedly. Huh! I figured you know your stuff. Wouldn't want any guys whose backgrounds you hadn't thoroughly vetted being close to your girlfriend for so long, huh? I can't deny it. Still, the only people you harm are those sinners, never anyone else. So I decided that, for the time being at least, you weren't a threat to her or anyone else. I see. Wiesman was your work too, wasn't it? Sure was. My job was to get rid of him, that's it. Everything else I did with you guys leading up to that point was to get myself into a position to get it done without him catching on. That includes helping you all out, naturally. Yeah, I know. You must have been aware of the possibility that Estelle would be taken on board the Glorious too. You thought allowing it to happen would help you in the long run, so you kept quiet about it. Wow. Now that one I'm surprised you pieced together. But yep, you're absolutely right. I figured there was a chance she might get abducted, so I did exactly nothing to stop it. All I cared about was finding out what Wiseman and you were up to, and where you were, for that matter. Couldn't you use better bait than her? I thought so. And yet all of that doesn't change how I'm more grateful than words can express. Why's that? Because if you hadn't helped us back then, I'd still be Weissman's puppet. I would have broken with my own hands what I value most in the whole world. That's a debt I'll never be able to fully repay. Oh, sweet Adios. Now you're just being cute. I know you're smart enough to realize that that's not at all why I threw you a bone, right? I just wanted him off my guards enough to create the opening that I needed. Helping you was the perfect way to do that. That's all that really was. And again, that doesn't change how grateful I am to you. Knowing why you did what you did doesn't erase the gratitude I feel, not in the slightest. It really just as well as you end up quitting Ouroboros. It really is just as well as you end up quitting Ouroboros. You'd suck to high heaven if you were the enforcer, if you were an enforcer now. Honestly, you're totally right. If Ries is sitting on the silence for now, let me help you in her place. I might not be capable of helping you as she is, but I should be able to back you up. Dude, you're like super strong, Joshua. I'm not sure if you know this. You don't need to feel indebted to me, you know. Well, I'll take what I can get. No doubt you're worried sick about Estelle too, so there's your gold star reason for helping up besides me. So thanks. I'm glad you got my back. Right back at you. Okay, but can I take her shit, please? Cause that'd be nice. So Zane and Olivier are new. They're also higher level than everyone. So we'll put them in the party for now. I believe there is a door for Zin, who I keep calling Zane. Ries, she's still here, yes? Yes. Give me your stuff. Thank you. And your ornaments too. No, that was Tita, goddammit. Where the hell's right there? Give me that. No. Up there. Yeah, we definitely need the attack 3, and I want to get everything off and put it on people that... Well, you don't need defense. Is there just a remove button? That'd be too convenient. I could also just not move the button, yeah. Alright, so Ries is gone, which kind of stinks because she was actually a fairly good physical fighter. She actually has one of the higher physical attacks compared to some people. Even with his, I'm assuming his stuff on. No, you have defense. Why the hell would you have defense? Oh, it's an earth thing? Oh, fuck off. There. Why would you have defense? Is this an earth thing too? It is an earth thing. Well, here, you can have eagle eye, I guess. Earth thing. What a weirdo. Hey, Oliver. I'm just gonna probably call you Oliver still. There you go. Let's see. I don't think there... Well, Kevin, what did you have here? You had Haze, right? No, but I have Haze on someone else. Alright, so we're probably gonna be doing a couple of doors next time. Definitely not gonna do it right now, because, good lord. These doors take forever. For one. And we're already 30 minutes in. Where was I gonna put that on? I was gonna put it on Kevin. There we go. Yeah, also, clearly, Kevin is hiding. He's always been a shady character to begin with, right? So, Ries is definitely, I think, in the right for being kind of pissed off at him. Because clearly something's going on. And And the way he was acting earlier was out of character, to say the least. At least from what we've seen of him. So, yeah. The slap in the face is deserved. The stuff with him explaining that he only helped him because of his job. I mean, as kind of shitty as it is, knowing that he's been a part of the party and stuff like that, like, I get it. He had no real connection to us as a whole in the other games, and his only job was pretty much getting the Wise Man, or Ries Man, whatever the hell his name is. The Ries Man. So I as much as it is kind of shady on a personal like front, that's kind of understandable, right? You gotta do what you gotta do to get the job done. And Joshua was right. It doesn't take away the fact that he did help them, even if it was only to fulfill his job. If you want to keep lying to yourself, Kevin, then go right ahead. That's what makes you happy. I won't stop you. But as long as you keep doing so, I don't want to talk to you. She's got you, dog. You big dummy. She's not sick. She's angry. Yeah. Huh? Come on, read her through the lines. That phony priest over there obviously said something to make her mad, and this is the result. You're better off leaving her alone for now. But... Even Josette kind of understands it. I know, Kevin's not really a phony priest, right? Oh, man. Oh, yeah, we will. I'm just checking. Trying to make Kevin seem like he actually cares what Ries thinks. And I think he does. Like, deep down, obviously, he does care in some way. Something obviously happened in the past that made him feel this way, as Ries was saying, involving Rafina. Oh, I'm like, what piddle thing? Yeah, it's Oliver, yeah. I'd come to his defense, but I can't blame you. Truly, I'm offended. At the very worst, I would have thrown a luxurious banquet for all to enjoy. I do like Oliver. Even if he is a little, eccentric, I guess. Overly eccentric at times. Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and end the episode here. And yeah, we'll do those doors next time. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, press like below. If you're not subscribed yet, want to get my videos so I can check out some of the content, see what you're liking. Once again, thank you for watching. Hope you all have a great day.